Welcome and good morning to another edition of the Friday Morning Commute with your host, Rovin Doug. Let's go ahead and get started on this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning, at least here where I am. Only wish is that it was raining, but I kind of wish that anyway, since we live in a semi-desert grassland. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and check out what our local salt seller of Xurios has brought us today. For the Titans, we have the Helm of State 14 from Xur. We have the Bones Eveo for Hunters. We have the Voidfang Vestments, I promise I can talk, for the Warlocks Masterclass. And then we have Invective for everybody, fun full auto shotgun. And then we have the Legacy Exotic Engram being a helmet this week. Again, remember, exotic helmet or the exotic Legacy Engrams are only for year one exotics that you currently do not own. So you have to be willing to try to be a completionist of year one exotics before the Legacy makes any use. So that, and just be unlucky at the classic raids. So as we go on, the next question is, did you pre-order Rise of Iron? I did on the PlayStation, so I'm hoping to get it for the Xbox as well. We will see if I can swing that next payday in a way that doesn't cause my wife to assault me with a large frying pan. Lovingly, of course. It would be lovingly. However, I do have it on the PlayStation, so I'm not too concerned. I'm really excited because we're getting private matches. So one of the things in the this week at Bungie update was private matches were confirmed. They essentially came right out at Gamescom for their stream and said, you know what, you guys have been wanting this. We finally are able to implement the technology because we're dropping the legacy consoles. So here you go. And that's so great to see this come to life. Now, one of the things that is going to be slightly disappointing is we're not going to have the same customization aspect, say, as Halo 2, Halo 3. I am used to Halo 2 running custom maps where you say, okay, only weapons are hand cannons, swords, everyone's got cloaking, something like that. And I'm fairly certain, due to infrastructure related issues and the fact that they probably still won't have private servers for the Rise of Iron, that they're not able to do as custom matches as they are hoping for. Now, the fact that we're even getting customizable playlists, in a sense, is really exciting. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of competitive play surge in the Destiny community. Now, whether or not this will be good or bad for the community, it'll all depend on how the community chooses to embrace it. And if we do it as good sportsmen, we know that at the end of the day, the other person we're battling is a human being, and we can agree to disagree sometimes when the connection may have caused you to lag just a millisecond, and then they get the kill on you, then we will be fine. The concern that I have going into Rise of Iron is with the amount of complaints about connection already on matchmaking and the Crucible as a whole, it makes me wonder how this negativity is going to impact these private matches. Are we going to see a surge of negativity in the entire directory, or is this ability to choose essentially who's in my fire or who's in the complete match, who are we facing, going to help eliminate some of that negativity that people get from trying to do private matches without a private match system? I'm very interested to see where this goes. I'm just hoping that it doesn't, isn't a downside to the community as a whole. Now, this week is Iron Banner. I have actually completed on the PlayStation, surprisingly enough. I already had a couple of the bounties from last Iron Banner, so I've got some of those bounties done. I probably should have picked some up last night. I was able to stream for a few hours. Everyone was asleep. My wife was resting from some really bad contractions, so I was able to jump on. I was working on my sword, my exotic sword quest. I got a lot farther than I thought I was going to. I had issues on the Xbox with Xur and not being able to get the wardens down and kill them all within about that 10 to 15 seconds that you need to, until I had a friend come and help. Well, this time I did it myself. I'm like, okay, awesome. Now can I defeat the big guy? So I get in the room, I clear the ads, go up, clear some more of the ads that were hiding, and then I was able to whittle on him. Thought I was going to die a couple times, but I did it. So now I'm pretty much just waiting on planetary material farming, and it makes me really excited because the sword I chose on the PlayStation is the exotic arc sword. This should mean that I won't have as tough a time, since I can go to Earth. I did the solar sword on Xbox, and that was a pain in the rear. But it could have been a lot worse. I had help from a friend, and then with the ability kills, there is the Mayhem Rumble, and so that really helped, especially being a Stormcaller. I could just go electric fingers, and that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed Mayhem Rumble, maybe a little too much yesterday. Just maybe. Now, on the same hand, or on a different hand, or on the next hand, you never know, I might have 3 hands. I did pick up, or finally get to order and pick up No Man's Sky Limited Edition, so you'll probably be hearing some of my thoughts and opinions of that game as I play it versus what I've seen on stream, and but that's gonna have to wait just a little bit. I'm probably going to start playing it over the weekend. My focus right now is really the moments of triumph for the Xbox and the PlayStation, because there are 2 to 3 things that are time-based. That one being the challenge modes for the raid, and one being the Court of Oryx fragments. I need to get an antiquated rune on my Xbox in order to... Not my Xbox, on my PlayStation, in order to get this week's fragment. Now, I also have it on... Need to get it, or get them charged on the Xbox so that I can use them for the next couple of weeks. The thing is, I don't have the 6 runes, 1 per person, or 1 per week per character, to really get it done. And so I'm slightly freaking out because if I don't have these fragments, you can't activate the event. If you can't activate the event, you can't get the fragment. So my goal right now is for at least this week right now is to get the PlayStation in antiquated rune, to charge it, to use it, and then to charge one on the Xbox and to use it, and defeat it both times, of course. So we will see. I'm hoping that, all things considered, I'll get my codes for my shirts, which my wife is going to look at me and go, really? I'll be like, yes, honey, yes. So we'll see. My wife is amazing. She deals with so much. We are ready for our little guy to come, and that is for sure. Thankfully, we only have 2 to 3 weeks left before her due date, and the doctor says that if we make it to 39 weeks, that she'll begin active progression of labor, since my wife is already almost halfway dilated and almost completely effaced. So we'll see how things go. Every day I'm like, are we gonna have a baby today? Are we gonna? So I'm excited. I'm really excited. Now, as for the rest of the world of Destiny, you can definitely feel the excitement for new content and the boredom of existing content. But I think what's helping right now is the moments of triumph, keeping people engaged. Those who still have a chance are working on them. Those who don't feel as if they have a chance aren't as proactively working on them. There's a lot of people who completed the moments of triumph way back in the day, and makes me slightly jealous of the amount of time. But just telling my stream last night, my focus is family first. I'm not going to completely sabotage my family in order to get a silly achievement for a game. Now, if I can get the silly achievement for the game, I want to. I'm silly like that. But I'm not going to cause undue stress and conflict in the family if I can help it. Sometimes I can't help it. I just put my foot in my mouth and, it's all downhill from there. But I at least try to avoid arguments. And now, here's another tangent. Not all arguments are bad. So, there's this concept of constructive conflict and then deconstructive conflict. And this is super simple, or simplifying it, but essentially you have conflicts that allow you to grow closer as a team, and those are the conflicts that you want to have occur because it gets everybody together, it gets ideas flowing, gets your creative juices working so that ideas and solutions are generated and growth can happen. And then there's arguments that are not constructive at all. They cause the team to have mistrust against each other. You've got conflicts that cause creativity to be stunted, and just is not great conflicts. And so if you have this is completely off the topic of Destiny, in a sense. But if you have a conflict, try to be constructive. Try to be, not to be derogatory. And that's something that I hope my community and the communities I'm part of are working, is that even if we disagree with somebody, we don't have to be derogatory in our responses. And, at the minimum, we can agree to disagree and just leave it. At the maximum, maybe we come together for what we think a good resolution to the solution is, or to the issue. Again, one more time, I'm going to go over what Xur has brought for us this week before I head into the office. I hope everyone's having a great Friday. I'm having a wonderful Friday so far. I can only hope that it stays as good, gets better. So, for the Titans, we have the Helm of Saint 14. For Hunters, we have the Bones of Eo boots. For Warlocks, we have the Void Fang vestments. And then for everybody, we have the Invective shotgun, as well as a Legacy Exotic helmet engram. Again, this is your host, Rovan Doug. Thank you for stopping by on the Friday Morning Commute. Feel free to check us out on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and again here on Periscope, all under the same username of Rovan Doug. Thanks again, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you, Starside Guardians. Bye.